What is up, everybody? Welcome to the side dish. Our special guest today is AWM Legion. What's going on, my guy?
Hey, what's good with y'all, man?
Yeah,
what's
good?
We in here, man.
Yes.
First interview, man. So I'm happy to be here with y'all, man. I appreciate it.
Well, we got a treat for you today.
All right,
Thank you for being here. When did you get started into specifically just like rapping and making music?
Since I've been rapping since 5th grade type shit, you know.
Okay, on schoolyard type shit.
Yeah, it started off as parodies. I'd make little funny parody songs because I was already a little funny guy, you know what I'm saying, growing up. And then I remember in 7th grade, I used to be doing the little battle rap shit. You know, me and my friends would cut class, go in the bathroom, just be battle rapping and shit, you know.
Yeah,
so,
okay.
And then it's that, and then as far as taking it seriously as being an artist and trying to make that my life, my whole lifestyle, I'll say my sophomore year in college when I was 20. So that's when it happened because when I was in my sophomore year in college, I went to Central State. I went to 3 colleges altogether.
Oh, shit.
I went to Central State, Alabama State, and I graduated at Kent. But at the time, my sophomore year, I was saying it was a talent show. And I was always freestyling with my friends. You know, we'd be smoking, we'd be freestyling and shit, you know what I'm saying? And my one dude always told me, I should just take it serious. Man, you raw for it. You should just, you know what I'm saying? You should take it there. I'm nah, I don't really know. But, you know, and then he signed my name on the list for the talent show.
Okay.
So everybody hey, Ali, you gonna be on the talent show, blah, 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 you gonna be on the talent show. I'm what are you talking about? So I go back to the dorm and I see my name on the thing. I'm what the fuck this nigga do? You know what I'm saying? So everybody expected me to do it, you know what I'm saying? So I did it, you know what I'm saying? I just told myself if I do it and it do good, I'm gonna take it and run with it. And if I do bad, let me do bad as fuck. Let these motherfuckers boo me, throw tomatoes, shoes, all that shit. Boo my ass off the stage, you know what I'm saying? So I cannot even waste my time, you feel me? The shit went good. You
That's
know what I'm
awesome.
So,
hell yeah.
First performance ever in front of people, you know what I'm saying? They went good, you know? I remember it was crazy. I just had this little beat off of YouTube, and I just had it playing, and you know what I'm saying, I hooked it up to the speaker, and I just started rapping over it, and you know, and it went good.
Okay, so you didn't even have it recorded, you went in there just raw?
First performance was all freestyle.
Oh, it's freestyle. Yeah. You didn't even write that down?
I didn't write nothing down.
Man, that takes balls, man.
Because I only had you know what I'm saying, a couple of days before, you know what I'm saying, because he just threw my name on there and shit, you know what I'm saying, so...
Man.
And it was I would have recorded a song, but I didn't have I'm in a dorm, I didn't have access to equipment at the time, I ain't had none of that shit. So it was I'm just about to just rap, you feel me? So even if I did write a song, I'm gonna be freestyling it anyways. And it was all live. Cause I did a show before it, cause if you fuck up and it's freestyle, nobody really know exactly. Cause listen, it was a time I did a show, I rapped my second verse first and my first verse last. But nobody knew, though, that I had switched the verses, you know what I'm saying? So, as long as you don't just freeze up on the stage or just start stuttering and shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
as long as you got the flow going,
confidence always
good for real
always
shit.
Key.
Exactly, so.
So you named 2 schools. I'm really familiar with Central, Kent. I kind of know the atmospheres. Central is kind of real urban. They real open-minded.
Yeah, that was a party school.
But what is the hip-hop community like in Alabama?
Oh, that shit it wasn't as big as
That seems crazy.
Because when I was in Central State, it was a lot of you know, open mics and things that. Yeah. Kent, you know, it's the same thing too. But Alabama State, it was just more parties and just the frat life for real. You know what I'm saying? It was people rapping and shit, you know what I'm saying? There's a couple of people I linked up with, you know what I'm saying? We used to make music and shit. But as far as a scene at the college, it wasn't really there for real. Okay.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, but it was nice though. It was nice down there.
So what made you go to what school did you go to first?
Well, the first college I went to was Central State.
Okay. That's in Michigan, right?
No, it's
Central State?
It's in Ohio. It's in Wilberforce.
It's close to Dayton.
Yeah, Wilberforce.
It ain't that far.
Wilberforce. It's such an odd name.
I'm telling you, if you bust a corner, you're going to be in Dayton.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's right down the street from Dayton.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
Yeah, I went there. You know, because when I graduated from high school, I ain't really know exactly what I wanted to do, and I'm like the youngest of, you know, I'm the youngest, and all my sisters, they older, they went to college, and I felt pressure to go, and I didn't want to like fuck it up, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I went, and then I, you know, what I was gonna do. First, I was this major, then I was that major, and then I was like, you know, I'm gonna transfer to this school, then I'm gonna transfer to this school. You know what I'm saying? I was all over the place, you know.
So you went to Central after high school, and then what year did you go to Alabama? Your sophomore or junior?
I went to Alabama the second half of my sophomore year.
So why the switch?
Why I switched? Because I was just tired of being in Ohio, number one.
Okay.
And number two, at the time, I switched my major to history education. That's when I started the whole being a teacher journey, you know. So and Alabama State was a real good school for African-American male teachers.
Okay.
So I'm like, if I wanted to be a male African-American teacher, I might as well go to the best place for that. So that's why I went there, and that's how that happened. And then got tired of that, and then had to go back home. So transferred to Kent, and that's when I finished up.
Okay, so let's kind of talk about that right there. So you was in Alabama, and you knew you wanted to come back to Ohio, but why not? Most people would call it the easy route of going back where you started. Let's go back to Central. I know the people there. I know some of the teachers there.
Yeah.
Why not go back to Central?
Well, I don't want to throw no shade on them or nothing, but it was like a thing that was going about, like they was gonna lose their accreditation or some shit like that.
I think I did hear that.
Yeah,
oh,
and I was like, so
fuck risking that.
Yeah, so I'm like, I ain't about to go there and then I graduate, then my degree don't mean nothing, or I got to start all over.
Dude,
so
that
like,
happened to my uncle.
Ooh.
They took he paid all the money, and then I think it was like right when he was about to graduate. It's just like,
and it's like when that happened, ain't nothing you can do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because there's I think by law they have to kind of give you they have to give you some type of like money or some type of payback. I don't know how. Obviously,
they're gonna make it a hard process to get.
Right. So obviously, it's not gonna be easy, and it's not gonna be enough of what you paid.
Yes,
and you don't get a degree. That's so foul. I think you should just get an honorary degree, like from just some other equally credited like.
It's fucked up out here, man.
It really is.
Like, when you think about it, I mean...
This dude was like 50. Let me tell you. So, like, he's like 50 years old. And he went to school. He's like, oh, I want to get a degree. And he literally, at 50 years old, went through the whole process of getting a degree. And then fucking it got its accreditation or whatever it's called taken away.
That's fucked up. Well, the way I look at it is like...
Crazy.
Because I went to college and I say, I graduated and everything, but it's like, if that's what you want to do, go all out for it. But that's not what you want to do, don't even worry about it, you know what I'm saying? Because I was a victim of that, you know? Like, I wasn't being my true self at the time. I was feeling pressured about what mom and dad think, you know what I'm saying? Not what I think. Because I honestly, I feel like after you graduate high school, you should just, like, sit down for, like, a year.
Oh, I agree. A gap year
really
should be...
Just think about what the fuck you want in life, because as soon as you just jump out of high school, and then, all right, I'm jumping out of high school, I'm going to go to the Army. I'm jumping out of high school, I'm going to go to college. And then most people don't even know what they really want to do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So they just waste all that time, all that money. And it's like, nah, it's slow for real. Honestly, if I can go back in time, I would have did it way different, because I wasn't like I said, I wasn't being my true self. Because like I was just saying the other day, like, you really only got one life. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You only got one life. So it's like you might as well be who you want to be and do what you want to do. Because no matter what you do, even if you do what the people want you to do, it's going to be some people talking shit anyways. So it's like, you might as well do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Be your unapologetic self 100% of the time. That's like the true goal, and that's like true freedom. You know what I'm saying? So... that's what I'm about, you know what I'm saying? Just being free, just doing whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, look at me, you know what I'm saying? I'm so comfortable, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I'm going to be dead. And it's like, when I'm gone, them last thoughts, he was like, did I really do it? Yeah. Did I really live for me? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to have no regrets, nothing. So it's like, it's really that simple for real. I really wish I had that understanding when I was young. I would have moved way different. But it's like, I'm out here now, so it's like, just get it going. Yeah. Just try to live forever.
Yeah.
by what you leave behind, you know. So
Yeah, people. I mean, I think people really make decisions based on other people, and that can be the big problem.
oh yeah, for
You
sure.
know, because if you're like, oh, what is X, Y, and Z gonna think of me if I make this decision? You know, or if I quit if I quit being a teacher, what are people gonna think about me? You know, or can I rap and be a teacher? You know, you can't. It's just like these things that you're constantly worried about.
It was like a cost. It was
Yeah.
like because I was like I said, I used to be a teacher, and then I'm trying to do my artist shit. I'm like, all right, if I had this video like this, what if my principal see it or something like this? You know what I'm saying? Like I had kids. Like let me tell you this. All right, you had the Darius Price Smith on here. He had the Holy Day, and one of the kids performing at the Holy Day was one of my students.
Okay.
You feel me? So I'm in the fucking Holy. I'm coming there smoking, fried as hell and shit. And I hear somebody like, "Hey, Mr. Ali," and I'm just like, and then a couple of days later, I go to school and I see him. I'm like, oh, okay. Now I'm like, oh, that shit wild as fuck. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know. It's just weird for real. Like certain situations, you just gotta be like, ah.
But you seem like you are more yourself now. Like you're. More
I don't care. Like you know what I'm saying. I'm out here now, so it's like I'm me 100%. It's not like I go to a job and I put on this mask and then I go home and take it off. No, I'm me 100% all the time now. You know, so that's true freedom. And I've this is like the first time in my life. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm saying, when the corona sat people down and made people really just sit and think. You know what I'm saying? And that's when I really just became 100% free. Like I was almost there. I was like, 85%, you know what I'm saying? But like after that, it's just set it, all that go, you know what I'm saying? So I'm here, you know, so.
Yeah, so I definitely think it's like, it's barriers and lines that people just know in life. So, if you're doing the teaching thing and a couple of your students ask, hey, does the W in your name stand for weed? I mean, the smart thing, if you are a teacher, is to say no. They look it up and see that you lied. I mean, it's like you lied, but you got to continue that lie forever. Where if you're a rapper and then you got like a side hustle or a job that's not in the education field, you just tell them what it is. But you see, because I mean, rappers, they keep it real. Like, yes, it stands for that. But that doesn't mean that you could smoke weed because legally you can't. You're not old enough to smoke weed, and that's okay as a rapper.
Yeah, so, I honestly had that conversation with a student before. Okay. Even not about the name because I just recently rebranded my name.
Right.
But a kid asked me, was like, "Mr. Riley, you be smoking weed?" And I was like, I just said, nah. I was like, no.
But it's a smart choice.
That's what I'm saying. I ain't gonna be like, yeah, I'll be smoking weed. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna tell nobody kid that. But me personally, I don't think it's nothing wrong with weed. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think you should do it at a young age because your brain's still developing and shit. But I think when you honestly, I think you 17, 18, when you around that age, I don't care for real. I mean, if you legally can go to the army and fuck some shit up, I feel like you should be legally able to light some shit up.
17 definitely you done figured it out, man.
Yeah, you know what's going on for real, but.
Well, I mean, we're seeing this end, right? We're seeing it's starting to become, where you can smoke and no one cares. Like
nobody care, but
no one really does anymore. And I mean, some businesses care more than others, but
because it's way worse with shit like alcohol and all that other shit. Certain foods is way worse, but we ain't shutting down certain food spots. So it ain't really,
if you eat McDonald's every day,
it ain't really about the health.
Weird.
It's really about how it's all about how they just control the information. Because me personally, going back to the school setting, when I was younger, remember Dare?
I remember Dare.
Dare.
I definitely remember.
Yeah. Let me tell you this. Dare taught me about drugs. Straight like that. You know what I'm saying? The way they broke down weed was so fucking wrong. They said, all right, it may make everything feel better and seem better and cooler, but weed is bad for you.
And the cheesy ass.
And it's just like that. I'm just I'm thinking if it make everything better, makes everything more interesting, makes music more vivid, make food more tasty, but it's bad for you. I'm gonna see what that shit hitting for. And as soon as I learned about weed, that's when I tried to find some shit. Cause first time I smoked, I was probably like 13 years old. Like the first time I actually like tried it.
Yeah.
And that's because I learned about it from school and shit. And they made everything in like one group, which is very dangerous. They had like weed, alcohol, crack, all that shit, just drugs. You feel me? It's not like this is not because you young, you don't know the difference. Like, I mean, shit. What if I wanted to try crack? You know what I'm saying? They making it seem like it's the same as cigarettes and all that stuff back then. You know what I'm saying? But now it's like more like separated. But back then, that was very dangerous. That's why people fucked up for it. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a terrible idea.
In the era of the prescription drugs too.
I mean, you can't sit everything on the table and literally just be like, cigarettes bad, crack bad, weed bad, alcohol bad. Cause like kid like you, I mean, you just happen to make. I'm gonna say you made a better choice.
I took the weed.
You was just like,
Yeah.
oh, you know, I wonder what that one is like. Where another kid might be like,
I wonder what that was like.
and they end up getting some crack down the block or something. Cause somebody gonna sell it. They just like, I sell it to anybody.
Yeah, it's fucked up, man.
Yeah, so if there's, I don't know, is Dare still around?
It can't be.
Well, if it is still around,
It gotta be different,
or it got a different name.
It's gotta have a different name.
I'm just hoping that they put levels. Like, hey, all of this is bad, but this over here, for real.
Did you guys have a police officer do yours?
What, the Dare stuff?
Yeah.
No, it was just like, I remember it was this lady that came in and she talked about it.
Ours was worse because it was a police officer. So this dude's already an asshole, right? He already comes in with...
We had both. So...
He's like...
Yeah.
All right, kids.
Y'all don't want to see me later.
Yeah, you want... Pulls out the cuffs. You guys want these? No. So stay away from... I don't know. The worst thing you could do to a kid is intimidate him to that level. Like, you, as an adult, as a teacher, of something, you have to have like understanding.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And you have to be able to talk. You have to be able to talk without shoving it down people's throat or making kids feel scared. Because we're right, when kids feel scared, it's either like they're intrigued or they're completely terrified and they won't ever like. There's two ways.
Or you got them other, because everything is, balanced out. You gonna have them other kids like, oh, for real? All right, bet. They gonna challenge it. You know what I'm saying?
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, the strong-headed kids and the stubborn kids are gonna combat that shit.
They're gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna do all the drugs. You ain't gonna catch me.
Yeah.
See, mine was so fried. Like, it was like they came in a package. So you had the great speaker, like in front of the cop, and the cop was basically like behind her, and was like, yeah, you don't want to see him. That's what happens when you do these on the table.
Like them jail chores. They take you to jail.
And then he just like back there kind of like just with the gestures. Yeah.
Guys, a little stick and shit. And
I just remember we was just flaming him the whole time. Who do you think he...
Wow, that's the worst thing.
I remember that, man. Derek class.
Yeah, please hope it's not around. But, so AWM... Anime, weed, music. We talked a little bit about the weed and a little bit about the music. So let's talk about anime. So where was this love from? This love from anime was since you were a little kid?
Since I was little.
Okay.
Since Toonami, since Dragon Ball Z was coming on at 5:30. You know what I'm saying? I used to run home to go catch that shit when I was little. You feel me? Yeah, I've always been fucking with anime since I was little. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was going through hard times, that was like one of the things I went to, you know what I'm saying? That was like one of my first loves, you know what I'm saying? Like anime, weed, and music is literally my 3 loves of life outside of my family, So it's like those 3 things never let me down, So it was days when was sad because things didn't go right in school or parents separated, you know what I'm saying? I just, just watching Dragon Ball Z, watching Yu Yu Hakusho, like just watching I don't know, it just holds a special place right here, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I was growing up, I had the Pokemon cards, all that shit, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Pokemon huge.
Yeah, that's like one of the biggest things, like, ever.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
And it's still going.
What do you think, I see this a lot, the connection between anime and music. What do you think really, brings anime into music? A lot of people use it for, you know, art. Either videos are influenced by it or then some of their music is influenced by it. Why do you think this happens a lot?
It's really just about, like, it depends on the anime. Because, like, all animes got, like, different, like, levels. Like,
Right.
like for example, Attack on Titan is, like, not really like a Dragon Ball Z just straight fights. It's more focused on, like, the story. So you can, like, build up a story. You know, some people like to be storyteller rappers, you know. Or example, if it's all about aggression, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, some Dragon Ball Z, you know what I'm saying? Which not really the best story, but, you know, they got to be having fights, you know what I'm saying? So it's more intense, you know. It's all about, like, the artist, you know what I'm saying? And you got, like, some animes and it's like some love stories, you know what I'm saying? You can just take it there. It's always, you can just pull from different influences, you know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, so all the aspects of anime correlate with music, you know? You're telling a story or you're having a feeling. And, like, a lot of these animes represent that.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
In all the shows. Okay, that makes sense. And, I mean, it is beautiful artwork, you know, because I'm sick of seeing all this, you know, 3D cartoon shit. You know, when we were kids, like, the 2D shit just looks better than this, like, 3D, like, animated.
Bulky type.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's not.
You know what I'm talking about, though?
Yeah,
it's like, what is that?
I don't know, but I like, it's all about, like, the animators. Like, some animators be real lazy. Like, when I watch a show, I really don't watch it just for the action. I watch it for, like, the action, the story, the music behind it, the fucking, the art, just everything behind it. Like, one of my up-and-coming projects, I'm going to have all anime-type beats on it. Like, I'm going to just listen to, like, some of my favorite anime songs or just in certain things. Intros, and I'm just going to, you know, sample and just try to make some beats off of it and just rap on them shits, you know what I'm saying? So that's going to be, like, the next little endeavor I'm going to take on.
Yeah, that's going to be exciting.
Pretty dope.
Yeah, so, like, anime, and then another aspect of you know, it's in your bio, plant-based. So, how long have you been plant-based for?
Probably like 6-7 years.
Okay, so for a long time.
Yeah, for a while. Yep, for a long while.
So what made you kind of do the switch?
Just well, the first reason I was interested in just spiritual reasons, you know, just trying to like elevate, and then just like health reasons, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I'm not a doctor or anything. I don't care what people eat, but it's just like, if it's something makes sense to me, I gotta change. Like, if it makes sense. So, like, the fact, the way the human body works, you know that our intestines is like so long. It's like very long. So it's like, if we eat meat, it take longer for it to process through our body. That's how it could just sit there and just cause all types of problems and shit. Now, we look at a lion, for example, who's a carnivore. His intestine is very small, so the meat can process faster, so it don't cause him problems. You know what I'm saying? So for us, just looking at our anatomy and how we're made, we're not really made to eat meat. You know what I'm saying? Like, our teeth is flat. If we was made to eat meat, our teeth wouldn't be sharp. We'll be sharp. You know what I'm saying? It's just how we're set up, and it's like, I don't know. I'm just trying to think about it. Like, you know, I just want to, you know, be as healthy as possible.
Yeah.
And it's like, since I made that transition, I really don't get like as sick. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really get colds and things like that. If I do get sick, like, it be gone real fast. I don't need that much sleep anymore, you know, because it's like, when you eat healthier, like, when you go into, let's say, example, you eat a steak dinner before you go to sleep. When you sleeping, you sleep, but your body's still working, you know what I'm saying? But if you eat something lighter that's not as heavy in your body, when you sleep, your body's really sleeping. So it's like, I can get like literally like 4 or 5 hours of sleep, but I'm straight. You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense, yeah.
So it's like, just, you know, overall benefits, you know what I'm saying? So,
you know what's interesting? It is interesting that, like, we as a species never, like, we really started eating meat when we discovered fire.
Yeah, because it, like, yeah.
Because then we could process it at a decent, because, like, the people that, because we could eat raw meat, but it would just take way too long, and it would, like, get us sick and shit.
It'll fuck you up.
But when like, fire was first invented, that's what really changed the game.
Yeah, because you got to think about it, like, what was first? Like, people want always cooking, so, you know what I'm saying?
Gathers,
you know what I'm saying? Eating fruits and vegetables, shit that was always there, you know what I'm saying? But, I mean, if you want to eat meat, that's cool, you know what I'm saying? That shit do taste good, I understand, I was there. But the thing is, I understand it's not really the the meat that tastes good. It's the texture and the seasoning. You feel me? Because you season your meat with vegetables. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, because like if chicken really tastes good, you can just kill a chicken, boil it, and eat it. And it'll be good.
Some people like that shit.
I don't think, just a raw chicken. Just you got
that ain't gonna be it.
No seasoning, just raw, boiled.
Oh man.
No nothing.
All right, salt. Those salt.
A little pinch or something. You know
I feel like salt would be salt. You could eat
it's
it.
like this all I need type of shit. Like I need this, that. Just throw it all on there. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah. Yes, I mean, so it was this spiritual kind of, journey that you're on, right? And that's what made you do that. And
yeah, that was like the main reason. Then I learned about all the
health benefits of it. Okay.
So
what's your normal diet look like? When you wake up and
when I wake up, I either just drink just some water, but since like my sleeping schedule is different because of my employment situation. But, normally, what I'm saying, breakfast is my first, what I'm saying, just like, like a smoothie, some fruit.
Okay.
I'm real big on sea moss,
Never had sea moss.
Oh, it's real good. Real good for you.
I was thinking, so just to make sure I kind of understand. So are eggs cut out the picture?
Yeah, for me. Yeah. If I was a vegetarian, I could eat eggs, but I'm plant-based. Nothing. If it's not like from a plant, I don't fuck with it.
Because I done heard different people try to explain this different ways.
No, some people be getting it, got their own little way.
Milk?
No milk. If it come from an animal, I don't touch it.
Okay, so we're on the same page. Okay,
yeah.
want to make sure. Okay.
No, nothing. If it come from an animal,
so you the real deal.
Yeah.
I know some people, they not the real deal.
Yeah, but I don't call myself a vegan though, because vegans are the people who care about the animal rights and try to shut down the zoos and shit like that.
Okay, I didn't know
and me
that.
personally, like, my reason for calling myself plant-based, I was talking to my bro about this, and he gave me this insight. It's like, I'm black, okay? I'm not really worried about animal rights for animals. I need my rights, okay? So I'm not going to be riding for nothing until my shit is straight, you feel me? That's just me, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm not gonna be, protesting the supermarkets to shut down the dairy aisle, the meat market. I'm it's not that deep. I got my own shit I gotta worry about. So
that's real.
Plant-based. You know what I'm saying?
I never really even got that concept that that's mainly what vegan. Like I just thought it was like, oh
yeah, vegan people don't wear they can't wear alligator shoes or furs and shit like that. They don't.
They're hardcore.
They hardcore.
And you know that they're vegan.
They don't wear certain. They don't wear certain bags because they got. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I respect that. That's cool and everything. But me, it's really about the spiritual and the health benefits. I don't really. I mean, it is wrong how animals be getting tortured and shit like that. But it's like, I mean, I don't really care.
I mean, because at one point though, it's like I don't see anything wrong with it if they're being like raised that way, because it's like, okay, if I take you out of the fucking jungle and I kill you.
Oh, it's fucked up. Cause let me tell you this. My 9th grade year in high school, my mom sent me to a boarding school. It was called Piney Woods. It was in Mississippi, because I guess when I was younger I was kind of bad, So my mom sent me to a boarding school in Mississippi, and on the campus, it was a farm. So everybody had like certain jobs, and some students worked on the farm, and I was one of the students that worked on the farm. And when I tell you, when them animals, like when the truck came to like take the cows to get slaughtered and shit, they will be crying and they'll be peeing and shitting themselves. I kid you not.
Yeah.
So they know, and I'm just like, damn, that's kind of fucked up.
But it's like, I mean, I
still eat meat though, because when I was younger, I ain't give a fuck. But just seeing that they know, I'm like, damn, what the fuck? Like, they know when this truck come, motherfuckers not coming back.
Yeah. But like this lion, lions don't feel bad for killing their. I mean, it's just like, this is how the world works. People have to eat things. Like,
they do.
Then, because we can go as far as to say a plant is alive.
Oh yeah. I read something. They say plants feel pain.
Right.
I was like,
so
damn.
How long do you think people just like, I don't even know what they just, people just fast themselves and like, oh, plant rights.
People need to like plant, sunlight. I'm gonna eat only sunlight and water type shit. Like, I don't know what the fuck going on.
But like the thing is that it is natural if we've been doing it for so long, then it's not unnatural, you know? And it actually is better, technically it is better for the earth in some ways that we have smaller, if everybody went organic, it would tear our like ecosystem up because we wouldn't be able to, the amount of space they would need to graze animals, we wouldn't have enough space to feed every person. So that we would end up like speeding up global warming and speeding up these things because we just couldn't feed all of us.
The way I look at it, no matter what happens, it's always gonna be some numbers or statistics to support why that is good or bad.
Right. You could find any information on anything.
So I'm just like, whatever fucking happens.
I'm plant-based.
I don't want to do this for me. Some people got their reasons why they eat meat and stuff because and it makes sense and I understand because everybody body work differently. Like let's say, because number one, what people are doing right now is not natural at all. So it's like, let's say you work in construction like 16 hours a day, hard labor type shit. It's going to be real hard for you to eat like a certain diet. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to be
doing calories.
You're going to be doing certain unnatural shit you're not supposed to be doing. So you can't even eat naturally because it's going to not be cohesive to what you're doing on your daily job. So it's like, it's so many levels to it for real. It's just like, it's real deep for real. I'm just be like,
I think the first step really is understanding food. You know, like maybe really taking time to look at the back of the label or taking time to do a little research just to see what you're eating. I think that's important for food no matter who you are.
Oh yeah, for sure.
What you eat, you know,
rather you eating plants, meat, anything.
Yeah,
know where it come from and the quality, all that shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Just know what you're putting in your body, you know, because it's like that shit can make a difference if you really just start paying attention.
And really just ask certain, just be logical. Like, I mean, would you really want to eat a steak from the dollar store?
No,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like,
dude, I used to go to the dollar store. Me and my buddy used to go to the dollar store on like a Friday night after. In high school, and we used to get spend $5 and just get a whole bunch of fucking freezer shit from the dollar store.
Man,
I remember them days.
Hey man, they were good back in the day.
Pulling up to the gas station, getting everything.
Then you're like, damn, why do I have the shits? And your stomach's hurting. like 5 hours
up the
later.
next day, like
crazy
goddamn.
Thing is, like everything really is just a money play. Cause I don't think it's far fetched. I mean, we can look up and meat be illegal because it just make more sense money. Like we gonna have the vegetables take up the space in the farms. I got a steroid to make a whole bunch of vegetables, and then meat just be illegal. We gonna charge people tickets if we catch them making meat, because anytime you make something illegal, somebody got it. It's a whole different market for it. I don't know. We can look up in our lifetime. I don't think it's far fetched. Meat is illegal. Boom.
It probably was somewhere like you couldn't be hunting or some shit. They probably had limitations or some shit. Everything.
A lot of places you can't hunt like deer and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
So that's why I don't think it's far fetched. Like especially the way things are moving, but everything just boiled back to like how much money certain people can make in America, and if those certain people can make more money off vegetables and they figure that out, meat gonna be gone.
I heard it's like illegal to like have like a garden or something somewhere. Some places like you can't just like grow your own food.
I mean, you probably need a license. A lot of places.
You need to buy our shit.
You need a license to do anything. Just because like if you want to be a fisherman, you need a fisherman license. You want to do this, you need a license for like. It's all you're right. Everything is a money play.
Yeah.
Everything is a money play because when you think about it, alcohol used to be illegal until they found out how to sell it and make money off of it for their convenience, and now it's legal.
Yeah.
As soon as they figured out how to sell weed when it's convenient for them, it's legal now in some places. You know, so it's all about money. They don't care about the people or the health or any of that shit. Because
and the other drugs that are illegal, it'll tell you it all boils back down. It's a system. We ain't gonna make enough money off crack. It's just not commercial enough.
Yeah.
Because they're what was it, in Oregon? A lot of
I seen legalized. That. I seen that's a pretty good test run.
I think if mushrooms were administered, they could be legal. I mean,
yeah, they should be.
I think like everything should be legalized in a sense, not like decriminalized, because it's like because nothing good comes from like locking up a crackhead can never get a job, comes out becomes another he continues to be a crackhead. There's no opportunities for him. He's treated like a criminal.
I feel like this America. If you want to be a crackhead or whatever. Let them motherfuckers do that shit.
Yeah.
Like, let people do what the fuck they want to do. Like,
but maybe give them good shit and not fucking boof ass shit where they're like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you can like somehow make sure it's not fucking laced or some shit, you'd have a lot less ODs or like somewhat administered, you know, or even places where people can test shit.
Oh yeah, because people do be just with that stuff called fentanyl stuff don't be really the real deal.
Because it goes back to the money. These cartels want the money, and everyone wants like more money. They fucking cut it with shit.
Yeah.
But if we didn't have that, you know, I wonder how many. You know, it'd be a different ball game.
Oh yeah, for sure. It wouldn't be as many people dying, because like you know you can't get like, you know, like on Smokey on Friday get some fucked up weed and be fucked up, but like. If you can just go to the store and buy the weed, like, you know it's not going to fuck you up.
Right,
sure.
They have fucking rules they have to follow to give it to you. You know it's not going to be like K2 or whatever.
I remember that shit. That shit was...
That was a fucking crazy-ass era. I was like, these people
I smoked that shit one time and I passed out.
Oh my God.
That shit was...
Thank God, never.
I'm like, I'll try that shit if I was in Alabama, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to try this shit and then I'll just...
Dude, like, one dude... rolled it in a blunt and then was smoking and then gave it to my buddy. He didn't tell my buddy. And my buddy just like hit it. And he was crazy. He felt like his like heart was about to like burst out of his chest.
Oh yeah, like who idea was where that shit come from? That shit just came and gone.
That shit was crazy.
It's nowhere to be found no more.
Because they were selling at the head shops. I think it was meant it was like some herbal mix that was meant for some shit. It
was this little gas station and a little plaza I remember. When I was in Alabama, I used to live in Alabama. That had that shit. That's
crazy.
That shit was some fried shit.
You remember that?
Oh no, dude! It was everywhere. Every gas station. Well, every gas station that wasn't super commercial, besides the Marathon, because if you notice, the Marathons is in all the hood places. But Circle K, you wasn't gonna never find it in no like Circle K or nothing. But all the like hood gas stations, it'd be there. Little liquor stores be there.
And people was getting fucked up off that shit. All because they was not trying to smoke weed. That's fucked up. They gonna cut you off from weed, which is not bad, and give you some fake weed shit, which is bad.
Yeah, which is like literally you could die when you hit it. We also want to talk about a little bit about the signs in your bio. What's that about?
I'm real into like the astrology type.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, like,
because you have like multiple ones. Though.
Yeah, it's because it's more than just I'm this sign. It's like there's levels to it.
Okay.
Like, for example, my sun sign is a Libra. Like, because I was born October 11th. You know, so that's my sun sign. And your sun sign is pretty much like who you trying to be in this lifetime. Like what you're trying to be in this lifetime. And your moon sign example is your emotional center. And my moon sign is a Cancer. So I act emotionally as a Cancer.
Okay.
And my rising sign is pretty much like your soul sign. It's like what you are purely in your soul. It's each incarnation, they would say. You know, so my rising sign is Sagittarius. So it's like my true sign is a Sagittarius. But in this lifetime, I'm a Sagittarius learning the lessons of a Libra, if that makes sense. Okay, and it's all types of things. You got your Venus, your Mercury, your Jupiter. It's all types of things. But those three are just like my three cores, like how I act emotionally, what I'm trying to do out here, and what I really am. You know, so those are the three things I really try to focus on.
Okay, that makes sense.
You got your Venus and things like that, like affect your money and your love life. It's real deep for real. Like it's not just like, all right, I'm this sign, so I do this and that. But it's like, yeah, that's what I thought it was until I really just went into it. It's really, really crazy because astrology is like a science, honestly.
I mean, I always believed that at the core it made sense because it's like, okay, I'm talking about the core of like, oh, people are born within a certain time frame. You know what I'm saying? They experience the world from that time on all the same, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like you're born in the winter. You're experiencing this like winter time, and like your first experiences are winner and stuff like this. So I think it builds a personality based on when you're born because of what's going on around you.
Oh yeah, exactly. That is a good influence, you know. The
just like I'm just thinking like if I was to like logically, someone was like, oh, it's bullshit. I'm like, well, think about it. Like, you know, if me and you were born on the exact same day, we have very much the same experiences of like what we've experienced in the world.
Yeah, as far as like the elements and things like you can't control.
Right. That's what I'm saying. But it does build a personality.
So that is like a level of it. That makes sense a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. That's like that was.
No,
like,
it makes sense.
When I was like diving deep into like what the core reason could be why people really do have similar personalities around a certain time period, I feel like that just.
Yeah, that shit. That's astrology, numerology, all that stuff is really interesting. Like if you never really studied it, just give it a look. It's real interesting. You know, have an open mind. You never know what you might undercover, you know, so
you think people should like really just, you know, especially if they're struggling, just have an open mind, go into everything with kind of like, you know, open soul, you know, cherish things, kind of bring that love.
Oh yeah, for sure. You know, that's how you get understanding, you know. That's like the best way, you know, because like the way I look at it, like I don't really like to talk about religion and things like that, but it's like I think of everything just has like try to understand everything. Like if you study Christianity, Islam, Judaism, like all these different things, you can just take pieces of different things and just put it together. It's all really the same, you know. Like same thing with spirituality. Like it's all about just understanding the source, and everybody's source is like the same thing. Like whether you call it God, the universe, your ancestors, or whatever you want to, you know, reference it, is really just a power or a being or just an energy or a vibration or however you want to label it, is something beyond you at the same time, but it is you, if that makes sense.
No, it makes sense.
So it's like, that's just try to look at it. I feel like everybody's right, because like if it makes sense to you, that's your reality, because you build your reality. So if you really feel in your heart that whatever is real, that shit is real. You know what I'm saying? So that's...
So I was wondering about your cover. So does that have anything to do with like is that like a spiritual thing? Like the cover of your project, like that purple that's coming out, is that energy? Is that something spiritual? Like what is that all about?
Well, that's just strictly anime driven.
Okay.
As far as like I just designed myself as like a Naruto character.
Oh, well, first off, so when you say design, like you drew that.
I just had like an idea, and I brought it to somebody. I'm like, I took a picture of myself, and then I like drew some stuff around it. Like I like drew like a snake around it. It was like, do it like this, but like had, you know what I'm saying? Just
got you. Okay.
And I gave him a character reference. Like I'm gonna have this costume on, and you know, different things like that. That's how I like came up with that idea. But prior to that, like I said, I'm rebranding. Like I'm still real big on like the owls. Like that's now that's something spiritual, because since I was a little kid, like I always been like seeing owls, and it's like they represent like wisdom, and I feel like I'm a very wise person, so it's like I just took it there with the owls. Like I love owls.
Like where did you see them? I feel like I never seen them. I see like 1 year.
Outside my window, just sitting on my car, just crazy.
I don't think I've ever actually
crazy
seen
shit. I see them all. I see them all the time.
I promise, I see like 1 a year, and it's just
all
random. It's like, hey, you.
I remember I was growing up in my bedroom, and at this window, it was like this little, like I'm in like my window is like in the backyard, so I can like see the backyard, and it just be this owl just always there,
That's crazy.
always there, and it was like, I don't know, it's just crazy, you know. And even with my name now, AWM Legion, like that Legion comes from the owl. You know what I'm saying? Like it's an owl deity or a demon or a fallen angel, or however people want to look at it, you know, called Anres, you know. And that's like my thing. Like, you know, I pay homage to that. So that's like my little, I don't really know how to label it, because like when it comes to everything, like we got light and we got dark. Like, we got polarity. Polarity is one of the laws of the universe. There's no such thing as light. There's no such thing as dark. It's all the same. There's no such thing as up. There's no such thing as down. There's no such thing as left or right. If you keep going left, you eventually going to be going right. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, you can use, let me think of it, let me check it, break it down. All right, you can use positivity to do some fucked up shit. At the same time, you can pull from negative to do some good. You see what I'm saying? It's all really the same.
Well, someone's negative is somebody else's positive.
Exactly.
Right, because it's subject, yeah.
Yeah, so it's really like, it's really about the intent that you want to do with it. It's really not like where it comes from. It's really what you're going to do with that so-called energy. You know what I'm saying? Because like, I notice when I look at like, you know, the spirituality or just anything, it's always, people always pulling from the light. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, they be doing some fucked up shit. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, the people who be pulling from the dark, who you think would be kind of far off, they be doing the most positive shit. Like, when I was growing up, I see them people who be like, you know, face tats and the real punk rock people, like thinking they was on some other shit. But every time I met a person like that, they was always the nicest person. And that's crazy how I just noted how it's just like that for real. Like, and like the people who be having like the most clean appearances, like who supposed to be like so high and holy, they be like the worst people where you come in contact with them. It's kind of weird like that.
Yeah, I mean, it does have to do with intent. I think, like, even just... And I think that at the core, we're human beings. We are usually, as younger human beings, we are optimistic. You know, as children, we're more optimistic. You know, we're most of us are nice and positive when we're kids. Mm-hmm. But then something happens along the way. I think that kind of creates those evil and the good. It like
the world corrupts you, man.
Right, but we cause that, right? It's like fellow men cause the corruption of the children, right? It's what they see. It's what they traumatic events. But it's all experienced from other people.
Oh yeah, because like kids are like, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause I'm a father. I got 2 kids, and right now like they're blank slates, pretty much. Like all kids are like. So they don't know what hate is. They don't know what fear is. Yeah. They don't know what none of that is. That stuff is like put into them.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, cause think of it like, if you a little kid and you never was taught to like be scared of spiders. Let's say, all right, for example, my son let's say he stayed with his mom and he's around his sisters and stuff, and they scared of bugs, right? So when he see a bug, he's scared of bugs, you know what I'm saying? But if he with his dad and his dad see a bug and he just like, he don't give it no reaction, it's a spider, he just flick it away. Yeah. He gonna have the same reaction. So that's like learned. Cause if you have like a 6-month-old baby and you got a shotgun or a bomb like here, they ain't gonna be scared. They ain't gonna know what it is. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be taught to be scared of a shotgun. You gotta be taught to be scared of a bomb, because like the only natural fears we have is the fear of loud noise. That's like the only thing that can make you just like be scared. It's just like a random boom or a random scream or a random like shriek. That's like the only thing. That's like everything else is taught. Yeah. So, and that's interesting. Like that's the only pure fear we have is loud noise, which is sound, which is a vibration. Which causes,
but it hits our core of like anxiety that we have, like loud noise causes.
It channels something, so just that sound in general, so.
Yeah, absolutely. Kind of last thing before we wrap up, what is one thing that you would, one piece of advice you'd give younger Legion?
I would say just be yourself. Just really understand that you only gonna be here one time. In this form, we only gonna be here one time. So I'll just say, just do you, be you, wait, don't wait, just go. And try to live forever by what you leave behind. That's pretty much it, so.
Damn, that was fire. That was a great fucking way to end this podcast, man. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Oh, no problem, man. It was
This
dope.
is
It's dope. I fuck with y'all, man.
Yeah, that shit was great, man.
Yeah, because when I was here with my homie, I'm like, man, this shit is cool. It's just chill. I'm like, this got to be my first place. Because I was going to go somewhere else. I'm like, no, I got to go here first.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah.
First, yeah. So,
Hey.
Appreciate the love, man.
Yeah.
We
Respect.
Here. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Hopefully we'll get to have you on again at some point.
Oh, for sure, man. For sure. I will be back.
Where can the audience find you at?
You can find me on Instagram, AWM Legion, so
Yeah.
hey, I'm there.
So check him out.
For sure.
Is there?
Yeah.
So thank you all for listening and watching. It's your boy Chef T.
I'm with the Spacekid.
AWM Legion.
Yes, sir. So keep it real, y'all. See you next week.
Y'all, for sure.
Thank you all for listening and joining us on another episode of the Stirfry. All the music was created by Steve Ozell. Check him out on all streaming services at Stevo Music, spelled ST3V30 Music. Also, if you enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe and leave a review. We'd greatly appreciate it. And see you next week when we talk with Sweet Treats by Chantel. She bakes delicious, creative desserts and tells us her journey into the industry. She's very humble and we had a great conversation, so you won't want to miss it. See you next week, y'all.